It's me. I am out walking, and I usually do this probably 3 times a week because it makes me feel good, just physically, but also mentally, to get out in the sunshine, but also just to move. And when I'm outside, I usually say a prayer for people that are on my heart, or I pray for my family. But I'm also, when I walk, I don't jog, but when I walk, it just helps me clear my head and helps me to think clearly, the big picture of a lot of things. So maybe if you get outside, you can do the same thing, just to relax and to clear your head. And like I said, just maybe say a prayer or two for people that you've been thinking about. But anyway, this is one of the activities that I like to do during the week, and on the weekends sometimes I'll go with my husband, because right now, with kids home from school, I don't have a lot of time to talk to Bob about stuff, especially kids or just personal stuff that, we don't want kids around, and we can have uninterrupted conversation. So anyway, I hope you guys can take advantage of the nice weather too. So I'll be back with another hobby of mine. Go. Another thing I like to do in my spare time, or one of my hobbies, is to plant bushes, plant flowers in containers or in flower beds. And so as you can see, I have a little project behind me. So I had to dig up some of the bushes that weren't doing so great. They were dying, and so I have to plant new ones. So part of the process was to pick out bushes that I think look nice, but also would do well in part shade, part sun. 5 bushes, 2 of one type and 3 of another. So I've yet to plant one. This is probably going to take me at least an hour and a half. So when I get done, I'll show you the results. As I'm digging the dirt with my shovel, I come across this weed barrier or obstacle. It comes in between the dirt and the surface so that weeds don't grow. So I'm having to pull this back, and then after I pull back the weed barrier, I'm coming across old roots. So I'm having to cut these because I can't dig a hole unless I saw those big roots off. So that's what I'm kind of running into, and that's what's kind of slowing me down. But I already got 3 bushes planted. I have to fill the holes with water, and then I have to cover it back up, fill it back in with the soil. So I have 3 down, and I have 2 to go. Giving them drink water, and then I'll put all that dirt back in the hole. Okay, so another thing that I like to do when I'm home, especially now when we're really not supposed to leave our homes, is that I like to bake. And I like to bake almost anything. And I like to bake better than cooking, because baking, it just seems like the family enjoys it more and it lasts longer. So if I bake a cake, it'll last us maybe 2 or 3 days, whereas we enjoy it longer. Whereas if I cook, everything's done in 30 minutes, everybody's done, I cook, I clean, and then we're on to the next thing. But baking, it just seems like everybody enjoys it for a longer period of time. So anyway, but also too, I love to bake chocolate chip cookies, and I love trying out different recipes because everyone claims they have the best chocolate chip cookies. So I have found a couple of good recipes, but today I'm going to try the chocolate chip cookies from Joanna Gaines. If you don't know who she is, she lives in Waco, and she started her own show on HGTV, and now they have their own network. And so they're just kind of a local Texas couple that started from nothing, and now they've blown up into these huge popular TV personalities. But today I checked her book out of the library probably about 8 weeks ago, before we were all ordered to stay home. Unfortunately, I haven't had the chance to return it because the library is closed, and so I've been trying some recipes, and today I'm going to try the chocolate chip cookies. So I'll let you know how it goes as I continue on the process. Okay, the next thing is I'm supposed to drop these cookies by a large tablespoon onto this cookie sheet lined with parchment paper. Now, if you don't know what parchment paper is, it's not aluminum foil, wax paper, or saran wrap. Parchment paper is more like very thick tissue paper that absorbs the grease so that the cookies don't stick to the sheet. So they're asking me to line, if I can get this off. So I'm gonna put down a piece of parchment paper on this baking sheet. So they're asking me to line the pan. So I'm just gonna put a sheet right on top, and then I'll drop the cookies here. So one thing is, if you have a large mixer, a stand-up mixer, it also tells me to use the paddle attachment. The paddle attachment is the flat attachment to the mixer, whereas this is the whisk. Most of you probably have a whisk similar to this one, a handheld whisk in your kitchen, and you might use it to mix flour and baking soda when you're baking, or even eggs. And this gives the ingredients air and makes things usually fluffy. This right here is the whisk attachment to the mixer, but usually when you're baking, it's almost always the paddle attachment. So it's PADDLE. So that's what we used for the cookies. Justin, are you ready to try the cookie?
I am.
Should we try it together?
Yes.
Okay, cheers.
Yeah. It's pretty good.
What do you think?
Out of 5 stars, it would be 4.
4 out of 5? It's pretty good. Do you want me to make these again?
Yes.
Okay, so I'm gonna show you or tell you about the last thing that I like to do when I'm at home is read. This book I just finished was called All the Light We Cannot See by Anthony Doerr, and it's fiction, so it's not true, and it's based during World War II. So this was a very good read and entertaining. And so these are the things that I like to do at home when I have time, and it's for pleasure. So those are called hobbies. And so I've used this time that we've been ordered to stay at home to do some of my favorite hobbies. So hopefully maybe this will give you guys some ideas of what maybe you can do to pass the time. And then also you guys can find books from the library that you can check out during this time online through e-readers. And you can check out books maybe in your own native language. So anyway, thanks for coming along with me, and hopefully this will all get behind us. But take care, and we'll talk to you and see you later.